All right. When the rockets Wrigley, I'm going to jump up and just do like a little scan. Perfect.
All rise. The United States District Court for the Northern District of Illinois in special ceremonial session. God save the United States and this honorable court. Please remain standing and join Catherine Kelly, Assistant United States Attorney, singing the national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Please be seated and come to order. In the matter of the special naturalization ceremony, Ms. Kelly, thank you for that beautiful rendition of the national anthem. Ladies and gentlemen, what a wonderful day. Let us begin with this special occasion. We will first hear from Thomas Ricketts.
Thank you, Tom. I liked how the flag started blowing on cue during the national anthem. That was special. So, good morning on behalf of myself, my sister Laura, my family, and the entire Cubs organization. I would like to welcome everyone to Wrigley Field. First, I would like to recognize many of our esteemed guests. Up here on the dais, we have Governor Pritzker, members of our congressional delegation, Representative Mike Quigley, Representative Chuy Garcia, and Representative Marie Newman. I would also like to recognize all of the judges and representatives of the court, as well as U.S. Attorney John Lausch. Most importantly, I would like to recognize our candidates for citizenship and their families. And again, I say welcome, and it is truly an honor to stand here before you today. And it is also truly a privilege to host this special event here at Wrigley Field. Wrigley Field is 107 years old. And when you're 107 years old, you don't get too many firsts. But this is a first. And what a special first it is. And it also feels fitting and right to welcome new citizens here where baseball, America's game, and truly America's pastime is played in the best ballpark that was ever made. Now, this ballpark is a national landmark, and it has seen a lot of history. It is the only ballpark that still exists where Jackie Robinson played. It was the host of the All-American Girls Professional Baseball League. And for a period of time last year, this ballpark was the state's largest food pantry. And of course, this ballpark has hosted many World Series games. But this weekend, as we celebrate our 245th birthday of our nation, we at Wrigley Field are once again home to an historic event. It is the day we welcome you as new citizens of our great country. It is an honor to host you on this special day, and we all hope that you'll be back here many, many, many times. Congratulations.
Our next speaker is Chief Judge Rebecca Pallmeyer, Chief Judge of the United States District Court for the Northern District of Illinois.
Good morning. It's an honor and a pleasure to welcome you to our ceremony this morning. I can't think of a more fitting way to kick off the nation's Independence Day celebration than welcoming you, our nation's newest citizens, to this iconic ballpark where so many happy games have been played. To our new citizens, your families, and your supporters, I am thrilled to be the first to welcome and congratulate you as you complete the citizenship journey. I know for many of you it hasn't been easy. You've met challenges, and you've made sacrifices. With the love and backing of your families and supporters, you have done it. It is our honor to celebrate this day with you. To the Cubs organization, thank you so much for your enthusiasm and for hosting this district court first of its kind event. Your hospitality embodies the welcome that I hope every new citizen feels when they become United States citizens. Special thanks to Tom Ricketts, Laura Ricketts, and Michael Lufrano, the Chief Legal Officer, who are all with us today. Thank you for your support of this event that makes our court proud and happy. Our other guests are also honored members of our group here today, Governor Pritzker, Congressman Chuy Garcia, himself, I understand, a naturalized citizen, Congresswoman Marie Newman, and Congressman Mike Quigley, who are all with us today. We're welcoming Kevin Riddle, the Field Director for the Chicago Field of United States Citizenship and Immigration Services, our United States Attorney for the Northern District of Illinois, John Lausch, judges from our court and the bankruptcy court, United States Bankruptcy Judge Janet Baer, and my colleagues, not only Tom Bruton, whom you've met, but Judge Jorge Alonso, Judge Coleman, Judge Robert Dow, Judge Beth Johns, Judge Franklin Valderrama, and Judge John Z. Lee, who's going to be swearing you in just a moment. He's also a judge, and Judge Lee himself is a naturalized citizen. I myself am a devoted fan of the Chicago Cubs, and I'm pleased to be here and to welcome you here. I hope you will leave here today experiencing and appreciating why this legendary stadium has been dubbed the Friendly Confines. And for those of you here today who may root for the other baseball team in Chicago, or no baseball team at all, I hope you will still feel those feelings of warmth and welcome. You don't need to be a baseball fan or even to abandon your favorite soccer team or cricket team or tennis to experience and appreciate the joy of today's occasion. As you become United States citizens, you are not leaving your native lands behind. You should continue to root for your favorite teams back home and hold on to the customs, traditions, food, and language of your homelands. Share them with your community here. But please, as you write your new chapter in your story, I urge you to make it a meaningful chapter. Participate wholeheartedly in the citizenship responsibilities. I hope you will serve on a jury when you're called, that you'll run for office or even become a judge. I hope that you'll become involved in your communities, that you will advocate for yourself and for others, that you will spread the kindness that we're feeling here today, and that you will generously welcome newcomers and those who have been made to feel unwelcome. By doing that, by being part of us, you make our nation stronger and more vibrant. Like our nation, Wrigley Field has a complicated history. It has been the setting for struggle, sacrifice, hardship, hard work, and heartbreak. But it's also a symbol of dedication, hard work, beating the odds, and triumphant wins. It also humbly reminds all of us that we are bound together in the hope that the next season is always going to be a brighter one. Welcome again to the Friendly Confines. Welcome again to the United States. Congratulations. Thank you.
I'd like to call forward Governor J.B. Pritzker, Governor of the great state of Illinois.
Well, thank you so much, and what a beautiful day it is. What a happy day it is. To Your Honor, the Chief Judge, Pallmeyer, thank you very much for your attendance here and for your passion about new citizens of the United States of America. I want to offer my gratitude to the entire U.S. District Court for the Northern District for making this momentous occasion possible, to the Chicago Cubs and to the Ricketts family for offering such a memorable location for all of you and for all of us today, to the members of the Illinois Congressional delegation that join us, to all who have joined us to kick off their Independence Day weekend with the most patriotic act of all, standing hand in hand with new American citizens. These ceremonies, this pledge of truth, faith, and allegiance to the nation that we hold dear, hold a special place in my heart. And I'd like to take a moment to tell you why. Over a century ago, a young boy named Nicholas Pritzker arrived in Chicago, a penniless immigrant. This state, this nation, took him in. It gave him refuge from anti-Semitic violence that had sent him running from all that he had known. The United States, and specifically the great state of Illinois, gave him an education to build a better life for himself and the opportunity to make a better life for not only himself but his family and for all of us who came after him. Two things can be true at once. We are a nation still fighting to realize our brightest ideals, and we are a nation that provides protection, opportunity, and hope for people like Nicholas Pritzker, my great-grandfather, and for the 172 smiling faces from 45 different countries who are about to take the oath of American citizenship. Thank you for letting me share in your special moment. It's a beautiful thing to watch dreams come to life. Whatever your journey, whether you fled violence like my great-grandfather, whether you won the green card lottery, whether you came here for school or for a job, or whether this is the only country that you've ever known, please know that I'm very proud to be your governor and to stand by you and with you as your fellow citizen. Today, as we enter a weekend dedicated to celebrating the independence of these United States, let us all take a moment to remember what makes this nation so great, the heart and soul of our people, who have innovated and revolutionized, toiled and trialed, people who have sacrificed everything so that their loved ones can have a better life, people who have won and lost and who have fought for something greater than themselves, including for the very ceremony that we all take part in today. So thank you for bringing your dreams and your drive and your patriotism to the United States. You renew our faith in our national future. Today, I'm very proud to welcome you all as my fellow Americans. Thank you.
Thank you, Governor. Our next speaker is Congressman Mike Quigley, United States Congressman for the 5th District of Illinois. Congressman Quigley will speak on behalf of the Illinois Congressional delegation.
Thank you. It is great to be here with the governor and such an esteemed panel, and I do want to thank the Chicago Cubs and the Ricketts family. This is really cool, right? Just want you to know, I, for the most part, grew up right over there where there's a bend in the wall with a mitt bigger than my head, hoping to catch a baseball during batting practice. So I can't think of a better place to become U.S. citizens anywhere than right where you are. So thanks to the Cubs. And it's also an honor to be here with my colleagues, Marie and Chewy. Chewy's now been on both sides of this, and he knows as well as anyone why this matters so much. I'm thinking several things. Let's play two. Right? Let's bring on another group and do this again this afternoon, as our friend Ernie Banks said for so many times. But congratulations. I know this is a momentous day for you and your families, and I'm honored to play just a small part of it. Like all Americans, I know each of you has a unique story and unique contributions that bring you to our democracy. That's one of the reasons I'm so proud to represent this city. All the incredible people who live here, who come from so many different incredible places. While your histories may vary, there's one thing that binds you and all of us together, and that's that you've come to this country and this city in search of a better life. I know the journey's been long, and for some of you probably felt like this day would never come, but you worked hard, you studied hard, and you're taking a sacred oath. You already felt like Americans in your hearts and in your minds, and today you're Americans in paper too. I can't think of a more appropriate time to do this as well, as we're coming up to the 4th of July, a day where we set our own path as a country and declared ourselves as a nation where everyone is welcome regardless of where they came from, where everyone is equal. And we know, as the governor alluded to, that we have a ways to go. I want you to remind yourself that in less than 3 minutes at Gettysburg, Lincoln reminded us that every so often we have to ask ourselves if we really mean it, that 7 years ago that we founded a country based on the notion that all of us were created equal. And you need to play a role in that as well. The oath you took today that you will support and defend the Constitution is above all a pledge to protect and defend the truth that everyone is equal. If I can give you one piece of advice on how to live up to that oath, it would be this: get involved and stay involved. Democracy is not a spectator sport. I'm reminded of the poet Walt Whitman, who wrote that the powerful play goes on and that you may contribute a verse. Please today ask yourself, what will your verse be? Don't let anyone tell you you can't play that big a role. Don't let any cynical folks push you back. A long time ago, I had a great teacher tell me, don't let anyone tell you you can't change the world. You can, and you have a moral responsibility to try. I know many of you have worked toward that effort. I just ask that you redouble that as American citizens as we all work together. We need you. We're glad you're there. Let's all work together to continue that promise of our country. God bless.
I'd like to call forward United States District Judge John Lee. At this time, it's my honor to make the motion for the admission of the candidates of naturalization. Judge Lee, each of the 172 candidates has been personally examined under oath by a designated officer of the United States Citizenship and Immigration Services. Each has demonstrated an understanding of the English language, unless exempt, and knowledge and understanding of the fundamentals of history and principles and form of the government of the United States. Each has been found to be a person of good moral character, attached to the principles of the Constitution of the United States, and well disposed to the good order and happiness of the United States. The investigations of the government have been completed in their cases, and each has been found to meet all the requirements of the law to be naturalized. Your Honor, the candidates are ready to take the oath of allegiance. Judge Lee.
Mr. Bruton, it is indeed my pleasure to grant your motion. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. All right. I am so honored to be with you here today to administer to you the oath of citizenship. And what a beautiful day, and an even more beautiful setting. First of all, I would like to thank Tom Ricketts and Laura Ricketts and the Ricketts family, Wrigley Field, and the Chicago Cubs organization for hosting this ceremony today. I would also like to thank Governor Pritzker and Congressman Quigley for their wonderful remarks today. And finally, I would be remiss if I did not recognize the hard work that Chief Judge Paul Meyer, Tom Bruton, and Laura Thiel of our office put into making this happen. And finally, I want to take a short time to give a shout out to my fellow judge and friend, Judge Gary Feinerman, who I understand with Chief Judge Paul Meyer got this whole ball rolling in the first place. All right, so the main event. I gotta tell you, I absolutely love this ceremony. And the fact that it's on the 4th of July weekend makes it all the more special. This ceremony is particularly important to me because nearly 30 years ago, I was a young man who, just like you, took the oath of citizenship to become a United States citizen. I came to this country from South Korea when I was a shy, quiet 4-year-old boy. Neither my parents nor I knew any English. When they came to this country, they had one small suitcase, and neither of them had a job or an apartment. They ended up staying with some friends. They came here halfway around the world with the hopes of creating a better life for themselves, for their children, and for their children's children. In fact, I remember walking with my mother to my first day of kindergarten. And on the way, she stopped, paused, and looked at me and said, "You know what? We need to give you a name." And I was a little confused. I said, "But Mom, I already had my name, Chihun, which is my given name." And my mom looked at me, shook her head, smiled, said, "No, no, no, no. We need to give you an American name." And she went through the list of some American names. I still remember some of the names on that list: Steve, Joe, Mike, Bob, Bill. And when she came to the name John, I said, "I like the sound of that one." And I guess to my young ears, it sounded closest to my given name. And from that day on, I was John Lee. And by the way, to this day, I'm really grateful that she did not include Bruce Lee on that list, okay? So I spent most of my childhood growing up in the Albany Park neighborhood of Chicago, which later became known as Koreatown for its many Korean-owned stores, restaurants, and churches. And I remember growing up that my parents suffered a good deal of challenges and hardships, many of the same difficulties that I am sure you all have experienced since moving to this country. Trying to pay the bills, pay rent, trying to figure out what schools to send your kids, learning the English language, looking for jobs. My father started working at a shoe factory in Chicago and then started a small family business near the corner of Lawrence and Kedzie. And my mother was a nurse and worked double shifts to help make ends meet. They relied on their friends for support, they relied on their church, and they relied on each other. And because of their hard work, they provided me and my two brothers with an opportunity to go to college. And I ended up going to law school. I remember when I was leaving home to go to my first day in college, my parents and I finished loading up the family station wagon, which was completely stuffed with all of my things. And I remember looking at my father, who is usually a very stoic man, a man who does not show a lot of emotion. But that day, I remembered that he had tears in his eyes. And I looked at him, I said, "Dad, what's wrong?" And he looked at me, and he could only say, "John, this is a great country." And you know what? He is absolutely right. This is a country where, with hard work and opportunities, anyone can accomplish their dreams. Yes, anyone, including each and one of you, of your children, and your children's children. The oath of allegiance that you're about to recite is the same oath that I took when I became a United States citizen those many years ago. The oath, I know, may sound a bit old-fashioned, and it has some words that we don't commonly use today. But individuals from different countries have been taking the oath of allegiance in one form or another to become citizens for over 220 years. In taking this oath, then, you join the tens of millions of people who came to this country and became United States citizens before you. And in taking the oath, you become linked arm in arm with the tens of millions of others who will do so in the future. Our citizenship binds us together as brothers and sisters in this great country, the United States of America. Now, in a moment, I'm going to ask everyone here in the stadium to stand. I will then ask those of you who came here to become new citizens to raise your right hand. Only those who are here to become new citizens should raise their right hand and recite the oath of allegiance. Everyone else here stands to show our support and to stand by you and to witness this great day. I will start the oath by saying the word I, and I would like you to repeat. Then I will say, state your name, and then I want you to state your own individual name. Then I'm going to go through the oath slowly, bit by bit, and ask you to repeat after me word for word. After the oath, I will ask everyone to sit down again, and after some brief remarks, we will conclude the ceremony with the Pledge of Allegiance. All right, ready? So everyone, please stand. Now, those of you who are here to become new citizens, please raise your right hand. You should have a copy of the oath with you. And repeat after me. I. State your name. Hereby declare on oath that I absolutely and entirely renounce and abjure all allegiance and fidelity to any foreign prince, potentate, state or sovereignty, of whom or which I have heretofore been a subject or citizen, that I will support and defend the Constitution and the laws of the United States of America against all enemies, foreign and domestic, that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same, that I will bear arms on behalf of the United States when required by the law, that I will perform non-combatant service in the armed forces of the United States when required by the law, that I will perform work of national importance under civilian direction when required by the law, and that I take this obligation freely without any mental reservation or purpose of evasion, so help me God. By the authority vested in this court, I hereby declare you to be citizens of the United States of America. Congratulations. Please be seated. All right. So, as citizens, you now enjoy all of the rights and protections that this country offers. And on this 4th of July weekend, it is fitting that we remember those time-honored words contained in the Declaration of Independence, that we hold these truths to be self-evident, that all people are created equal by their Creator, with inherent and inalienable rights, that among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. You today may now claim these rights and ideals and the protections that come from them as your own, for now they belong to each and every one of you as well. Every naturalization ceremony is a great moment. It reaffirms that we are a nation of immigrants and that we draw our greatness from the diversity and richness of the many cultures and traditions from the over 40 countries that are represented here today and more that you bring. The oath that you just took requires you to swear allegiance to the United States and to renounce your allegiance to the land of your birth. But that does not mean that you have to abandon the traditions and customs of your native land. In fact, I believe that the opposite is true. You should bring your traditions and customs with you to contribute them to the many other customs and traditions of people who have come to this country from all over this vast world. This strengthens our country, and it is our unity in our diversity that makes us strong and keeps us strong. When you walked into the stadium, this beautiful stadium today, you represented your individual countries of birth. Now, we are all united as citizens of one country, the great country, the United States of America. Now, I will like to conclude by reaffirming our bond and commitment to our country and to one another by reciting the Pledge of Allegiance. So you should have a copy of it, if you need it, on your program as well. This time, though, rather than repeating after me, now that you're citizens, we're just gonna say it all together, okay? In one voice. So please stand. You can turn to the flag right here. And let's recite it together. Ready? Here we go. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, for liberty and justice for all. Congratulations again to each and every one of you. I hope you enjoy this 4th of July in a new light as new citizens. Thank you.
Congratulations to our new citizens and to your families. The Cubs and the court have planned for our new citizens to be allowed to take a picture on the field on the on-deck circle. Our photographer will take the picture of the new citizen and will have the picture available on the website listed on the back of the program free of charge. Only the new citizens will be allowed on the field. Families and friends can meet you outside on Gallagher Way, where you can take more pictures together. Each of the new citizens was given a wristband when they arrived today. You will show that wristband to enter the field at the gate to my left. Once you've taken the picture on the field, please exit the field immediately by the on-deck circle and immediately go up to the gate just behind you, and you will pick up your certificate packet according to the color of your wristband that you're wearing. Look for the table according to the color of your wristband that you are wearing. Your certificate will be on the table according to the color of the wristband that you are wearing. Congratulations. The special ceremonial session of the court is adjourned.